So I'm going to talk a little bit about my setup and how I run our game. First, you need to know you don't need any of this stuff to play Dungeons and Dragons. All you really need is some dice, pencil, and some paper. If you're a DM, you're going to want a copy of the player's handbook for your players and a monster manual, and everything else is pretty much done. If you really want to expand your world, you could pick up a copy of the Dungeon Master's Guide, but after that, everything else just kind of falls into place. But for me, the last 3 decades, I've spent playing video games and RPGs, and I think that's really changed the way players today absorb visual storytelling. Maps are one of the greatest tools for a DM. It helps build the world, and most DMs will tell you that they love world building. Old school players will tell you there was nothing more fantastic than finding a handwritten map that has a few town names written on it and a forest and a mountain to the north somewhere. Maps provide a level of immersion for your players, and it helps make your fantasy world a little more tangible. If I can touch a point on a map, then I can go to it. So maps are a critical part of my DMing style, but I'm a working professional. I spend 70 hours a week at my job, so I don't really have a lot of time to draw or write out maps. So what do? I use the internet. I pull everything I need from the internet with things like Google Images and websites like Pinterest. There's more digital D&D content out there than there are dragon scales on an ancient dragon. And you can download all of it. You can save it wherever, but it is digital content. So you can use it as a point of reference to help you in your verbal descriptions, or you can do what I do. And that's where it comes to my setup. I run our game through 3 monitors. The first monitor is where I show world maps and character images and monster images. Always I give a description, but sometimes there's a piece of art that you'll find that a description just can't do justice for. There's a lot of amazing content out there, and if you spend time researching it, looking for it, you'll find something to fit your campaign. My second monitor is a 40-inch television, and it's where I preload all of our battle maps. I use 2 different types for the most part. They're animated battle maps that I get from 2 Patreons that I support. One of them is Dynamic Dungeons, and the other one is Animated Dungeon Maps. Both of the people there are absolutely amazing. The teams that are building their content is fantastic, and I fully support them in everything that they do. My third monitor is my hub. That one is a much smaller monitor, but at any point in time, D&D Beyond is pulled up onto it with 10 different tabs, each one of them with a different monster on it. I also use Google Docs to write down any notes from the games that's happening. It lets me keep track of what the players are doing, the content that I create during the game, if I have to make something up on the fly. It lets me tie everything together so that I've got a really nice setup and flow between each one of the monitors. It lets me change stuff on the fly if I need to, and it's just how I play. So keep in mind, you don't need this stuff to play D&D. It started off with just paper and pencil, but we've made some pretty amazing strides in technology, and being able to present this type of gameplay to my players really changes the level of immersion that they're in. And I think if you give it a shot, spend some time looking into it, you might like what you can see. Anyways, I'm Rob. I'm the DM, and this is our channel. Let's call it Crits.